Go.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Prince Onyx channel. I am here with Lateef. As you can tell, he had a very huge feeding not that long ago, and he's happy because he's like, I enjoy that delicious whatever you ate.
Sorry about that. I usually try to wash up after my meals, but fast food. What can I say?
What? Oh, let's start off, even though you're very, very bloody. Sorry we have to rush you in, but anyway. So how did you find about auditions for the film?
Well, I signed up with a certain agency, and looking through the list of things, I saw something that I liked about these specific roles. Vampires and gods, and kind of something that I've always wanted to do and be a part of. So.
We're glad that you're here.
Thank you.
So, how did you feel when you were auditioning?
I would say I felt new.
New?
Yes, everything was new for me, and so I just came in, did what I thought you guys would want or that you were looking for, and lo and behold, I'm here now.
The character's just like, yeah. So what do you think of your character? I mean, I can see that you enjoyed it a lot from the blood, but what did you think in general?
Oh, I'm in character?
Yes.
Oh, oops. Oh, yeah. It's fake blood.
Or is it?
Stuff. I loved it. I mean, who's not to like it? I auditioned for 2 different roles, and this is the one that I felt I fit more properly, and everything seemed to fall into place beautifully.
Nice. I like that. So what do you think of like the plots in the first 2 films compared to this one? Because like in the second one, you were like hinted, but you never show your face.
Well, I watched both of them, and I do say that I like how much the movies have improved from the first to the second, and now going into the third one that I get to be a part of. I'm excited because it seems like it's going to be a great time working with great people. I mean, we have fun every time. And so the whole development thing, moving forward, I know there's going to be more and more, and I'm excited. I'm all in.
So speaking of moving forward, where do you see your character going?
Where do I see him going? I see him definitely fighting more. Because I kind of have this feeling to myself of where I may be just a vampire, but I was made to perfection. And these gods, well, they could get bit too.
Ooh, I sense a challenge. As the gods are like, are there any kind of improvements you want to see added to your character?
Maybe more or less of clothing. I'm saying.
I mean, you're already bloody. Come on.
More shirtless scenes. Got it.
Yeah, more love, because you can't have love without blood.
Are you saying that you're a lover, not a fighter?
The best love is when you're fighting, ain't
it? I'll give you that one. All right. No, I'll give you that one. That was actually pretty good. Anyway, so how do you feel about us as directors and the writing squad?
I love it. I love everything that we're doing. I love how much went into research and everything. It's not just something that's thrown out there. It was actually something that was well thought of.
I'm like
creative.
People we know. We do our research. Yeah. Right?
I love the fact that I also love the fact that we're not glittery.
It's ironic. Leandros said the same thing.
Give me a high five. I don't care if I get blood. No, that you deserve it.
Leandros said the same thing, so it's hilarious.
We don't need to sparkle. We're already amazing. Who the fuck needs glitter? Anyway, I'm already cussing. Let's just keep going. What do you want your fans to remember about your character?
The sexy badass that they want to sneak in their room at night. Just saying, it's what wet dreams are made of.
Next. Okay. What is your favorite quote or any kind of line from your film that you're going to be in.
Now, you want me to quote one of my lines, or are you
Yes.
asking what is one of my most favorite
Well,
quotes?
you can do both if you want.
Probably have to be Darth Vader.
Favorite.
Sorry, Luke, I am your father. That was,
Luke,
like, the
I am
whole,
your
was
father.
awesome.
I'll give you that.
But as far as you, what's one of your favorite Lateef lines from part one?
I would probably have to say when I'm speaking to my niece, Kala, and just telling her how pretty she is.
She very pretty.
Yes.
No. Alright, let's see. I'm curious, who would win? Lateef or Leandros?
Well, I would have to always say me. I'm the aggressor here.
You're the aggressive?
Yes.
Not Leandros?
Oh,
Your brother, technically?
I'm the older brother, the stronger brother. I've trained him.
See now. I want to see the film just because of that. To see,
Well,
like, who's the strongest.
We'll always win as long as he follows my lead.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, you just came blood all over yourself.
Yeah, we'll wipe him down after the fact.
And we are out of time, ladies and gentlemen. This is Queen Nally in charge for now of the Prince Onyx Network and the Confusion Film Series. Until we meet again, stay classy, y'all.
Hey guys, what's going on? It's your good guy here, Prince Onyx, and I am back with the Confusion Film Series. We are here today with Mr. Andrew Eady, who is playing the fabulous, sexy, handsome, and devious, and brilliant Leandros. So let's go ahead and get into it, shall we? So, going back to Confusion 2, how did you find out about auditions for the film?
I actually think I found out about it online on one of the Facebook groups. You had something about it, and I thought it was an interesting post. It was a vampire thing, but yet it wasn't just like the cookie cutter, like, the classic, like, diamonds on their skin kind of stuff. So I actually thought it was going to be interesting, and the only thing that I wish I would have known is these things make it so it's a little bit fun to talk.
That is true. So how did you feel when you did your audition?
I was nervous. I have to admit I was nervous. I remember it was a video audition, and I did it probably like 3 to 5 times before I even thought I was close, and then 3 to 5 times more until I actually got to my final cut. And I had a lot of fun with it because I got to use a little bit of an accent, and then I got to talk to the director about my performance too. And I got to see the repertoire that we had and how we communicated, and it was quite great.
Nice, nice. So since you are a returning character, how does it feel being brought back and having your character story expanded in the first part of the trilogy?
I mean, I kind of think he has to, because at the end of it, he was messing people up at the end of the film. So I don't know why you wouldn't bring him back. If somebody's such a tough guy, you want him in your films. And I'm just glad to be portraying him to the best of my ability. Though it is acting, because I've never been in a real fight before, but you can't tell by the film.
Yeah, that's definitely true. That's definitely true. So what do you think of your character Leandros for the most part? What do you think of him?
I like him. I like him. He's a little bit different than me because I like to be reserved for the most part, except for when it comes to filming, which is kind of nice because when I get to have this character, I get to release myself almost. Get to expand what I would do in a different situation without any sort of rules upon myself. Like, he'll just say some crazy stuff to a girl, and that's not me at all. I'll be the one to sit back and be quiet. But it's fun to see it out and see how it plays out for somebody else.
Definitely, definitely. So, where do you want to see Leandros go? Like in part 2, part 3, and the later web series? Like, where do you want to see him go from this point?
Right now, the dynamic I really like right now is the dynamic between me and my brother. Because right now, me and him have a really cool dynamic of seeing like a fire and ice kind of thing. And he seems all heated and fiery all the time, and my guy's a little bit more laid back. Let's just kind of do what we need to do, kind of like I am, even though he does go a little wild sometimes. But I want to see how that grows apart because I kind of see some tension right there, and I want to see if they can work it out, or if it will be kind of like a new enemies kind of thing, because that would be really cool to see too. Either way,
Hmm.
I'm gonna let the director do what he do and see if I can give a little bit of hints to the side.
Interesting, interesting. So, how do you feel about his storyline from what you've read about the character? You, if you can give people like a little bit of his Leandros' background, just a little bit.
See, I don't want to ruin anything for anybody, but you know what?
Just a
If you're
little
gonna
bit.
force it, he's been. I'll give you one little thing about him. He's older than me by a little bit. He was born in the 1700s, so it's a little bit of a cool kind of dynamic you get having people who've lived for so long, but yet are still growing. Because I don't think at any certain point, that's probably actually pretty cool right there. It shows that at no point in your life, even if you lived over like 400 years, 300 years, you're gonna realize that you're still growing no matter what, and that's something cool to look at right there.
Very true, very true. So, would there be any improvements you would want to add to him as far as like style or personality traits, or just an overhaul or an overhaul of his character development? Anything you would want to add
Mm,
or suggest?
I don't think there's anything I need to add right now. I think it's more so as we work, it kind of comes organically. And I think that's the way I usually like to do it. Have conversations with the director, whoever's in charge, and then organically, as we keep on seeing the interactions with different characters, we kind of see like one example is like I mentioned with me and my brother. When I read through the script the first few times, I didn't realize there was such a dynamic there. But as me and him, especially when I actually got in contact with the other actor, me and him finally got to see how we played off each other, and then our characters started to grow like that, and I thought that was fantastic, and I cannot wait to keep on seeing more of it.
Nice, nice. So, how do you feel about the director and the writing team?
To be fair, I think they're absolute garbage, and I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm just playing. I think they're great and they're very professional. And every time I'm coming in, I feel so secure. They know what they're doing, and I'm always just happy to work. And one thing I really like about it is I can add my input, and I feel like I'm actually heard. So then there's a little bit of give and take because I'll take whatever they give me, and then I can get something back, and then there's a little bit of back and forth there, which I really do like.
Nice, nice. So, what did you think of, if you remember the first film and the sequel, which we did last year, what did you think about the directions of the films?
I really only got to see the second one because that was the one I first got into, but I really started to like it. That once I got to see the actual film when it came out, I was I was blown away because some of the times we really had to get moving sometimes for some of the shooting, and when we they knew what they were doing in post production, and I gotta say I'm proud of what they can do, and I cannot wait to see with even more time, even more people around, and even more because for the last film I only was brought in at the very last second, and this time I get the whole time to work with it, and it's a whole different thing, and I really do love it.
Nice, nice, nice. So, what do you want the fans out there to remember about Leandros?
Hmm. I want them to grow along with him. Watch where he is right now in the beginning. See where he is always trusting his mom or whatever you may see with that. And see if he grows from there. See if he can change or see if he goes good or bad or somewhere in between. Who knows? Do I know? That's only for you to find out.
I know that's right. So, are there any favorite quotes or lines by your character that really stood out to you?
Yes, there is. I will not say it to you right now because it will ruin it because I love it so much that first off, I'll just describe it without just saying the line because I cannot ruin the line for you. When I read it the first time, as I said, I'm a laid back person and I don't go crazy talking to girls. And this line is about the craziest thing I've about heard in my entire life. And when I tried to read it the first time when we had our table read, I remember one of the people who were directing, they got up in my face talking about, you need to say it with more power. I'm like, I'm having a hard enough time saying it as is. But as I've been growing with my character, becoming more comfortable in almost, it's not me anymore when I put on the fangs or when I become the character. It is the character. So there isn't that personal, like, I feel weird saying it. It's just, that's what he would say, and that's what I'm going to say because I am that person. And that's why I really do like that line, because that line really helped me become my character.
Nice, nice. So who will win in a fight, Leandros versus Lateef?
I mean, you could have just said Leandros versus, and the answer would be Leandros, because he will finish anybody off. I don't care what kind of powers you have, some push powers, some I don't know what. This guy's got speed, and you ain't ready for it.
I know that's right. So any last words to the people out there watching as we close out the interview today?
I would like to say thank you for enjoying the interview, and I hope that you enjoyed the film and see the work we put in, and hope you enjoyed the line. Have a good one.
And you guys heard it here first by Andrew Eady, aka Leandros. And this is Prince Onyx. So see you guys later. Bye.